Hi, it's Ant Ravenwood back from Hawthorne Grove, and fresh after the madness of the Christmas period. This one's been a bit strange for us because we've been spending some time up north with family, and my dear lady, beautiful goddess lady wife piece is still up there with her mum, so it's a bit of a time apart, which is always a little bit weird, and it feels a little bit strange. Obviously miss each other a lot, so if you see this, darling, hello. Anyway, I didn't really know what to film, but I felt I needed to film something because it's been a few weeks, and I want to keep my profile up on here. So what I thought I'd do is give you a very quick update and take you for a sneak tour around my little den up here in the house. Yeah, where to start? But basically, I'm using the time alone to be studying. I'm studying herb lore and folklore, things like that. Anything to do with plants, and also working on myself, trying to improve my health, trying to improve my breathing, trying to improve my general well-being. So I'm going to take you for a very quick tour so that you can see the kind of things that I sit in with on a daily basis. Right, so I'm going to pick the camera up now and spin you around so that you can begin to see what's going on in the life of Ant Ravenwood. Up here we've got various things. I'm going to go into this one a bit more detail at some point, but this is like a druid year calendar, which is a unique one, designed by a chap in Somerset that I've been kind of following for a while now, and I just seem to resonate with it really well, so I'm going to do a separate video about that. The Druidry chart there, general sort of like love of all things, that's from Obod when I was doing my bardic studies. There's a copy of the Wheel of Life, or the Wheel of the Year, from the Wildwood Tarot, which is one of my favourite decks, and I blew it up and stuck it on the wall. There's another half there of this Druid calendar information. As I say, I'm going to go through that at some point with you. The top is a beautiful illustration from Obod, and that was to entice me into the studies of the ovate, which I'm yet to do, but I'm just going to wait for that one to come to me rather than me go to it. These things are always done better when you're in the right frame of mind, and at the minute I'm not ready for it. This is another video idea. This is a chart of the grove that I go and sit with in the forest, and I've been going through all the attributions and all the directions and their meanings and all that kind of stuff behind the trees and the directions and the elements, etc. Down here is a beautiful, beautiful illustration from the lovely, and I can't think of her name, Cheryl Rose. There she is. This isn't going to come out very well on camera. I'm going to try and angle it. This is her illustration of the Fairy Glen in North Wales, which is one of my favourite places, and she's drawn a fairy, sea fairy there at the bottom. She's got beautiful illustrations. She's done her own oracle decks, and she has books and stuff with her artwork as well. So Cheryl Rose, check her out, she's beautiful. With the position of my room, I have been putting things in certain corners of the room. Oh, excuse my solar lights, they're a little bit weird, a bit freaky, according to the directions that the room is facing. So this end of the room where my desk is the west, it's water. And so I've got a few things down there on my water little altar there. We've got a nice blue-green bottle. Got a blue candle there. This bottle here is full of pure water from the river Lledda, which actually flows through Fairy Glen here. I was staying in North Wales recently, and I filled this bottle up. That's why the dragon's on the top, because it's from Wales. So that's got beautiful Welsh running spring water in it. Down here on the desk we've got tea lights. I haven't lit any tea lights for this video because they glare at the camera quite a bit, and they you know, distort the view, so I figured that I wouldn't. There's a beautiful chalice there which I got from a charity shop. It's a beautiful one. Little fairy. Down here is an ash wand. It's beautifully made by our friend and archdruid in Glastonbury. So that's an ash wand at the front there. It's an old inkwell. I'm trying to get into calligraphy and writing, and trying to practice my writing skills, and I've got loads of writing sets here with an old Celtic seal there. Coming round the front, we've got what I'm currently studying, which is the Druid the Druid Plant Oracle by Philip and Stephanie Cargon. It's also a really good learning tool for learning all about the properties of the sacred herbs and plants that were known to Druids and thereabouts in that period. So it's really useful deck. It's a beautiful deck. Furthering my studying, I've got the wonderful Culpeper's Colour Herbal book, which is, you know, just an encyclopedia. It's a Druid's Bible, really. It's awesome. Another little book on natural cures, which I picked up from a high street shop, which was really quite useful. Moving over. On the top of my chest of drawers here, I've got something that Peace and I went for recently, all the way from India. That's a beautiful singing bowl, and a little chart of the throat chakras. Sorry, the 7 chakras, not the throat chakras, at the top there. Now I have a very lovely herbalist druid friend called Tracy, and she gifted me this beautiful chalice here with the lovely illustration on the front. Beautifully turned wooden chalice. So that's from the lovely Tracy. The incense I've been burning recently is Everything Acacia, and it's called Spirit of Hare. There we go there. That's what I'm currently burning. Another beautiful blend from that company. I love their stuff. It's really nice. Okay, so spinning round, something quite wonderful on the floor here, which is my meditation space. And what I've been trying to do is, again, I've been trying to relate the position of the meditation space in the room, and that relates to water down there. Again, I can do this in another video in more detail. And the meditation bed goes along and along, and over here we have the little earth pieces there. And on this side of the room we have fire down there. And then we come back round, trying not to make you feel seasick, and going over to air at the top here. So I'm going to go into more detail with all that gubbins in another video. It's quite good doing this one because it's giving me ideas of what to film next. This main part of the dresser here on the top is my main altar, what I call my Wildwood altar. And I always tend it and I always keep it clean, but I very rarely change it. I always find that the stuff that's on here just really is lovely. So I'm not really going to go into massive detail. I'm just going to give you a very quick guided tour there. And then if you need to ask, or if you would like to ask any questions about anything that you see, just pop a comment down and I can probably individually answer you. Some of the foliage that you see on the table and in the bowl in the middle was from the forest floor where I go for my to my grove, so most of that is sourced locally there. Beautiful pie stone in the front, so you can't really see, it's coming into view slowly. There we are. Okay, and then up here above this one, because it's got a little shelf, I've decided to use this as my air altar. So you've got an owl there, beautiful brass owl, little bell, little candle, the moon and the goddess at the back there. Got beautiful feathers and a massive maple leaf. Yeah, a little bit of fairy dust gifted from my lovely friend Izzy. A little piece of, I think that's hazel, I'm not sure, I can't remember, at the front. More fairies, some moon incense in the little glass jar at the back there, and a beautiful brass, where is there, eagle. Okay. This beautiful stone here was gifted to me by my lovely wife Peace, and this is known as a Shiva Lingam. Again, I can go into more detail in that in another video, but that's a beautiful piece of jewellery there. So scanning back round, we come to my little, what I call my little witchy shelf. Various herbs and potions, got some dry resins from Starchild in Glastonbury, we've got smudge sticks, there's a compass there, little incense box, a little triscally there, copper triscally, and various pills and potions, well, not pills, various potions and oils on the top. It seems to like that angle for the light, so I'll just show you it from above. Okay, a couple of nice cards in the background, and if I zoom out, if you can hear crunching on my feet, I'll go into that in a minute. There's a beautiful drum in the corner and some rattles and some Native American flutes which haven't been played for a while. There's a beautiful skin drum here as well, which I can show you later. And then on there is just a very quick scan of some of my witchy books, herbal ebooks. Big source of inspiration, a lot of these things here. Down the bottom is in the dark there, that's actually the back end of a melody harp. Little beautiful harp that I've got, but it's too dark to see in this light. Yeah, a very strange rug with shavings on, which I'm going to come to in a second. That's what was crunching under my feet. And a pyrography kit there on the chair, which is also something I'm going to explain in a second. My chair here by a very beautiful old fireplace with some dried flowers in it. Coming up here we've got the Green Woman. There's a very lovely resin green woman there on the fire. And then up on the top of the mantelpiece is the Earth altar. So we've got green candles, we've got stones picked near my grove in the forest, got a beautiful little wooden box, some of my OM sticks that I'm making at the minute, another little fairy, and some beautiful pieces from the woodland floor where I go to. This beautiful Hare that was purchased in Glastonbury by my lovely Lady Peace. Some Welsh slate in the background, and some resin, a candle, and a nice little illustration in a frame there. And then on the top of the wall is a little dried flower arrangement hanging up on the top there. Okay. So then moving down, we've got a beautiful little wooden, by the chair here, we've got a beautiful little wooden table, little round carved table, which is very pretty. Green Man is sitting down there because if I try and put him on the fireplace he keeps falling off, so that's why he's residing on the table at the minute. There's a beautiful little bit of an amethyst there and rose quartz, and the little wooden Buddha is holding a feather, and another fairy. There we go. Alright, down there's a beautiful brass owl, but I don't know whether he's going to come out in this light, but he's gorgeous. You probably see a little bit of him there. Okay, now the last bookshelf in the room, more books, some of my OBOD studies down there at the bottom. Little basket full of bits and pieces and contact numbers for people, various esoteric businesses and stuff. There's a little poem there that I did and I put in a frame. On the top we've got 2 green candles, we've got a beautiful raven in the middle there, and a box full of herbs, some tea lights, Going down, we've got the camera battery for the video camera, some business cards, some more books there, more witchy books and druid books, including the wonderful Tree Wisdom book, which is really inspirational. And down the bottom I've got some of my oracle decks and my tarot cards down there. Okay, and if I zoom back, this piece of wood here that's really annoying because it's right in the middle of everything is what I'm currently carving. And in the house here, in the gardens at the back, just behind this room actually, there's a beautiful big fig tree, and fig grows really quickly, and we really had to cut it back. Was it last year or year before? And this piece I've been looking at literally for months, and it's been sitting outside the stable block over the road, and I keep looking at it and thinking, this is a really beautiful piece. And what I intend to do in the top there is to put a piece of fire agate. Okay, fig is associated with the element of fire. There's also various other properties that resonate with me with the fire agate, and I've tried to start here by peeling the bark off the top, yeah, and then having the bark showing on the top piece, and then where the handle part is, where you grasp the staff, I'm stripping it and smoothing it down. Okay, I'm trying to get a decent light here. Stripping it and smoothing it down, there we go. And then what I've started to do tonight is I've started to spiral down, stripping the bark, so I'm turning the staff as I'm going, and the bark is working its way. What I've been doing is I've been stripping it down in a sort of like a spiral. So it's going down and down and down and down and down. I keep turning it all the way to the bottom there. Okay, it's just I figured that as I was doing it, I was imagining the energies coming up from the ground and also energy from me going down into the ground. So I've kind of spiraled the bark stripping there. It's a really chunky, solid staff, and I love it. And I just thought, do you know what? I'm going to have a go at this. Now, I'm learning about the properties of fig because I'm aware that it's not, you know, obviously one of the sacred trees. There's my little hat over there with the feathers. So I've been jotting down some notes on the fig, just by, you know, researching and doing stuff online. And I've just been making some notes. So I've got the fig staff properties and all the other little bits and pieces that are related, and from there I can further research and get other properties and find other things that I can put on the staff to make it look really good, and use it for some of my ritual work and going to the grove or going to any other sacred sites and circles. And yeah, so that's my latest little project. It's been a very quick guided tour around the room, a chance to say hi, chance to say welcome to 2017, whatever that may bring. If you like what you see, pop onto the other videos, have a look at those, drop some comments in, and be lovely to hear from you. So have a beautiful, blissful and peaceful January, and I will see you very soon. Bright blessings. Bye for now.